What's going on, everyone? So I am back with a Grand Inquisitor deck, and this time we're playing Grand Inquisitor Yellow. If you saw my previous video on some of the most broken combos in Star Wars Unlimited, one of the combos I mentioned was a sneak attack, clan challengers, keep fighting, 30 damage in one turn combo with Grand Inquisitor. The idea behind it is we sneak attack into clan challengers, attack, go ahead and ready it up with Grand Inquisitor, attack, flip Grand Inquisitor, attack, ready up the clan challengers, attack, keep fighting the Grand Inquisitor, attack, ready up, attack, 30 damage in one turn. Not sure if that's ever going to happen, but we're going to use that makeup and see if we can pull it off in a game. It's really rare to pull it off, but it's not rare to go sneak attack, clan challengers, attack for like 18 in a single turn or things like that, right? Dealing a ton of damage in a single turn is not that rare. It's just that dealing 30 damage in a single turn is really rare. But all that said, guys, we got to talk about the deck before we even do that. I'll do a little bit of a brief overview. If you guys want to check out my Patreon down below, I did get it started about a week ago at this point, and a lot of people have joined up. We've been chatting in the Discord, and we're about to get started on some viewer games come this weekend. So if you want to check it out, maybe sign up yourself. Be sure to do so. Also, use my TCG play link in the description down below for any of your Grand Inquisitor needs. Let's talk Grand Inquisitor. Okay. So I played Grand Inquisitor Blue, and I think that Blue is a little bit more consistent, a little bit of a better shell. But Yellow is way more explosive. The action to deal 2 damage to a friendly unit with 3 or less power and readying it up is really powerful, and we have a lot of units that it works with. Things like Death Watch Loyalist to make it a 5/1 on attack, Fifth Brother to make it essentially a 4/2, potentially a 5/1 on attack as well. These are all very powerful things to do with Grand Inquisitor. He flips for 6 as a 3/6, and when he attacks, you can deal 1 damage to something to ready it up. But that's not really all that relevant for the most part, except for when we're trying to do some major damage later on in the game. Now you'll notice every single unit in our deck has 3 or less power in base power. They also have abilities attached to them. But the idea behind this is we're just going to be using some of these Grand Inquisitor triggers or actions to get in a ton of damage before our opponent can really have a chance to respond. The way we're doing this is playing a bunch of units that can attack after they've been actioned, so they don't just die immediately. The exception to that are going to be the TIE Silencer, the Death Star Stormtrooper, the Greedos. All of these are just high value units. Like you can go Death Star Stormtrooper plus Greedo turn 1, or Death Star Stormtrooper plus Death Star Stormtrooper turn 1, which is a really powerful play. We also have, a bunch of other 2-drops, such as Fugitive Wookiee and Dr. Evazan that can be readied up with Grand Inquisitor that get in for a decent amount of damage. We have things like Boba Fett, which can get in for as a 3/3 on turn 2 for 3 resources. Also could potentially just get in and kill one of their turn 1 plays. And then when we get to the later stage of the game, we have the Clan Challengers, which is a 6-powered attacker, but can be ready out with Grand Inquisitor, so you can just immediately attack for 6 on turn 4. And we also have a little bit of a bounty package with Jango Fett and Kersantin. These two do really well when you put a bounty on our opponent's units, and can also be readied up regardless. And we have Wanted and Guild Target, both of which help us kind of leverage additional resources or just get in for some additional damage. Outside of that, we have a couple of upgrades and events. We have No Good to Be Dead as a little bit of a tempo play, really helps with some of the leader deploys to keep our leader alive. We have the Sneak Attack for the combo potential, for the fun. Keep Fighting, again, for the combo potential, but also can get in for a lot of damage. Like if you ready up a Jango Fett or a Clan Challengers, that could be 6 damage, which is really nice. And then some upgrades. 2 copies Fallen Lightsaber, 3 copies of Hotshot Blaster, and 1 copy of Jetpack. Fallen Lightsaber is really good on like Fifth Brother or just pumping up a unit that might, just get in for a ton of damage. Hotshot Blaster, really nice as a way to guarantee damage and potentially get in for more damage even on the later turns. And then Jetpack can really do some major work, as it can prevent something from dying by giving it a shield token and even get in for some more damage. So really exciting stuff, guys. I'm hoping that we can do some really cool stuff with the Keep Fighting and Sneak Attack stuff, but we're going to try it out. Let's dive into some games. All right, so I wouldn't have it any other way. We got ourselves a matchup against Han Red, Han Red versus Grand Inquisitor Yellow, and pretty weak hand. No turn 1 play, and we have a lot of them. We have 3 Fugitive Wookiees, 3 Silencers, which is 6 already, plus the 3 Death Star Stormtroopers, plus 3 Greedos. That's another 6, plus the 2 Dr. Evazan. So we have 14 turn 1 plays. So I'm really looking for something like that. Looks like this hand is not amazing. I'm going to go ahead and resource the Sneak Attack and probably the Jango. And we're going to start ourselves off with probably a silencer. Double cartel turncoat's a little bit scary for sure. And we draw ourselves a Greedo plus a fugitive Wookiee, which I will probably go ahead and resource this Death Star Stormtrooper and rely on this Fallen Lightsaber. We are definitely on the back foot here, so I'm going to go ahead and kill off one of their cartel turncoats just to draw a card. Drew ourselves a sneak attack, very reasonable. And we get to go ahead and ready that up potentially, or play a Greedo afterwards. I will ready it up if they don't have anything, or even if they do have something, I could potentially ready it up anyways. They have an A-Wing. Now, one thing about our deck is that we don't have many space units, and that's mainly because we are trying to go ahead and leverage some of these upgrades that only can be placed on ground units. So something to keep in mind. Here, we could sneak attack out a Death Watch Loyalist and go ahead and play a No Good to Be Dead if we wanted to do that, which could get in for potentially 8 damage. I think in this spot, I actually want to get rid of the Fallen Lightsaber. Even though it's a good card, I think that we're actually going to rely on just playing this Hotshot Blaster out as a 1 resource play. So I'm just going to start off by attacking in with the Fugitive Wookiee. And then attacking in with the Greedo. And we're going to see what our opponent's got. They have an L3, huh? Okay, well, let's go Death Watch Loyalist. Let's ready up the Death Watch Loyalist. Let's put a Hotshot Blaster on the Death Watch Loyalist, and let's attack in for 7. Very, very solid. Now we have a guild target 5th brother. That could potentially be really, really quite excellent. Because the way this would work is we get to sneak attack in a 5th brother. Yeah, I think what we're going to do here is actually resource the No Good to Me Dead. They could attack with L3 into the Fugitive Wookiee and exhaust my Death Watch Loyalist, which would be quite unfortunate. Yep, that's what they're going to do. Totally fine. We're just going to go ahead and attack in with Greedo here. And with the sneak attack, do I want to go with the sneak attack play is the question. Because I could just play the 5th brother out as well. I think what I want to do is just play the guild target on L3. Play out the 5th brother. I could sneak attack 5th brother in, but I just wanted to go with the kind of the guaranteed play, which was playing out the 5th brother. They're going to put a resource down. We're going to go ahead and deal damage to 5th brother, ready it up. And then we're going to try to get in for some damage. So the question I had was I could sneak attack in, which would allow me to attack for 3. Change of heart. What did we get? What? Oh, no. Change of heart is just stealing a unit. Wow. Change of heart is insane against us. They get to kill my entire board. Hit a non-unit. Oh, I didn't hit a non-unit off Greedo. Wow, that was brutal. Change of heart is disgusting. What? I was thinking that this was change of sides because I've been seeing that lately in like draft and stuff, which I don't think is very good card. I was like, where did our unit go? Wow, change of heart is nasty. That was gross. Now we still have an option to potentially win this game with the sneak attack in hand, but those were not some great draws. Don't want to see that at all. Let's just go ahead and sneak attack out a Boba Fett. And we get to go ahead and attack into their base for 3. So we attack into their base for 3. I guess we could also... Let's think about this. So we attack here. We hit their base for 3. That's 22. We then deal 2 to Boba Fett. 25. Then we get to go ahead and attack with Grand Inquisitor, which would be 28. But if we go 3, that's 22. Ready, that's 25. Attack. I mean, technically the right play is to attack their base here. That is the correct play. They need to not have anything, right? But that is the option that we have to go with. Arm to the teeth. All right, well, arm to the teeth kind of puts that plan out of commission, huh? Because they're going to attack for 4. They should attack with L3 here. Yeah. So they attack for 4, and then they attack for another 4. Wow, what a first game, huh? What a first game. That was really close. Change of heart was disgusting. That was absolutely awesome. That not only killed the fifth brother, but also killed my Deathwatch loyalist and the Greedo in one swing. If any one of those lived, we would have had a really good chance of winning the game. Change of sides or change of heart really powerful in this position. They also just really good draw, like double cartel turnco on turn 1 was great. If we had like a Greedo plus Death Star Stormtrooper on turn 1, we would have definitely had a really good chance of winning this game, but didn't have that. Really awesome from our opponent. Love to see the Han red. Good game. And let's move on to the next one. Into our next matchup, we got ourselves another exciting one against Kylo Green. Now, we have the sneak attack clan challengers in hand. If we draw ourselves a keep fighting, then we have the full combo. The question is, do I even want to keep that? Well, I think I have to resource the clan challengers, actually. And I think I have to resource this Greedo. Seems a little bit odd, but we could sneak attack in a Jango Fett with the Wanted next turn, which could potentially hit our opponent for a ton of damage. And then we can ready the Jango Fett yet again and attack him for even more damage. So we start off with turn 1 Fugitive Wookiee. Wanted's going to be pretty excellent. Ideally, we'll have like a 2-drop to play. Like a keep fighting would be awesome. Or just like drawing ourselves a 2-drop. Like Dr. Evazan would be fine. Death Star Stormtrooper would be fine as well. Let's go ahead and claim initiative here. I don't really particularly care about this wolf here. Awesome. Jango Fett and Jetpack. Let's go ahead and just resource the Jango Fett. Let's go ahead and attack in for 3 into their base. Let's go sneak attack Jango. And if they have ECL, sure. That's fine. They could ECL out, kill the Fugitive Wookiee, which would kill the Jango Fett as well. It's a very risky play, but that's kind of this deck plays. You just kind of have to go for it, right? You just have to go for it. We will be able to ready up the Jango Fett afterwards to kill their wolf. So essentially, if they ECL out the Fugitive Wookiee, it would be, well, not the worst for them. Let's go ahead and put a Wanted on the Death Star Stormtrooper. Let's attack in, hit their base for 5. We got ourselves a Fallen Lightsaber. Then we get to ready up the Jango Fett yet again and kill the wolf. Kill wolf. And we have a no good to be dead here. What do we want? Did we just draw 2 cards? What happened there? Why did we draw 2 cards? I don't think we should have drawn 2 cards. We should have just drawn 1. I shouldn't have this Chrysanthemum in hand. All right, well, we're going to play a Jetpack regardless just to get it out. But I don't think I should have Chrysanthemum in hand. I'm actually going to resource it just so that I don't have it. I don't know how I drew an extra card there. Let's go ahead and attack in for 5. Let's play a 5th brother. If they deploy Kylo, because they're going to activate Kylo, discard a card, probably pump up the punishing one. They should probably pump up the punishing one. And then we're just going to attack into their base for 5, I think. And then play a Greedo. They're going to pass here, huh? All right, well, let's play a Greedo. They're going to claim initiative, huh? Let's, oh, they just conceded. Okay, I was going to say, let's do damage to the Fugitive Wookiee. All right, awesome. We ended up winning that game. That was pretty classic, huh? Shouldn't have drawn the extra card. But, like, wait. So, I think we only had 1 card of that option. Like, I think we drew 3 cards off Jango. We should have only drawn 2 cards off of Django. But anyways, that was pretty sweet. Sneak attack coming in, dealing some damage. Awesome. On to the next one. All right, into our next matchup. And what's that? A Grand Inquisitor, but blue? Pretty cool one here to start us off. Django Fett, Clan Challengers, Dr. Evazan. Kind of okay. I'm going to go ahead and resource one of those Dr. Evazans and just play out a Dr. Evazan and see where that takes us. There's a good chance I don't want to deal 2 damage to it to ready it up. We'll see. They're going to go ahead and play a Silencer. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and draw ourselves a bunch of nonsense, huh? There's another Clan Challengers. There's a Wanted. We have nothing to play this turn if we don't sneak attack something out, which is a little bit unfortunate. But they are on 25 HP base. Sneak attack out Django plus a Wanted. Could potentially do some work if we drew into something with Django Fett. Remember, we could ready it twice because it comes into play ready, and then we get to ready it up again with the Grand Inquisitor. I'm going to pass just to see if I want to do that. Death Watch Loyalist, huh? Let's go ahead and play a Wanted on it. See what they decide to do here. Oh, no worries. First game playing on here. Sorry if slow, they say. No big deal. So here, what I could do really depends on what my opponent decides to do here with this Death Watch Loyalist. I'm putting a Wanted on it first, just to kind of set myself up. There's a good chance I want to sneak attack out of Django. Let's pass here. Because now if they decide to attack, then we then get to sneak attack out at Django. Okay, they're just going to ready it up. That's fine. Drew ourselves another Wanted. Not amazing. Probably going to resource that one, honestly. But the way this works now is that we get to kill the Death Watch Loyalist. Potentially. We'll see. We'll see what we decide to do here. Okay, they're going to give it a shield token. Yeah, let's go ahead and hit it with the Dr. Evazan. They're going to play a Fallen Lightsaber on it, huh? Dang. That's a lot, huh? Let's go ahead and... let's just play a Django Fett, actually. So now if they decide to attack and hit the Django Fett, that's totally fine. If they don't, then we get to ready up the Django Fett and actually kill the Death Watch Loyalist. That's a big hit. That's a big swing. And we get to ready up 2 more resources. That is a high-low bond Enforcer. Let's just claim initiative because we have the combo in hand. I want to play Hotshot Blaster on the Dr. Evazan because we have the 30 damage combo in hand, and I cannot wait. Let's see if they decide to attack this to ready up some resources. Nope, they're going to go ahead and hit the base. Seems reasonable to me. I mean, we have the infinite damage in hand. We have it all. We have it all. So I am very excited for it. We go... I mean, we'll see. We might just die here, but I am just going to start us off by killing their Hylobon Enforcer because we do not care about getting in the 5 damage with Dr. Evazan because we have the Sneak Attack Clan Challengers nonsense here. So we're going to go Sneak Attack Clan Challengers. Oh, wait a second. It's not... oh, I'm trolling. We don't have the right... it's not the right turn. What am I doing? Oh, I was so excited. I was like, we set it up perfectly, guys. But... nope, that is not the right... is not the right turn. Oh, man. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Resource the fifth brother. So they have to make 3 actions here. Let's see if they decide to just take the 3 actions. Oh. So we go fifth brother. Deal damage to the fifth brother. They ready upgrade Inquisitor. Oh, they have Ruthless Raider. All right. GG, GG, GG. It wouldn't have mattered. Even if I hadn't gone with that strategy, they had the Deathwatch Lotus plus Fallen Knights here, which is really hard to deal with. I suppose if I had attacked their base, they would have had 5 more damage to their base. Wouldn't have mattered. Would not have mattered. Really close game, but the Grand Inquisitor Blue took it. Love that. Love that. I can't believe for some reason, I thought that we were on 6 resources. I don't know why. I don't know why I thought that. We didn't have it in hand, guys. We were so close. We were 1 turn away. That was pretty cool. Anyways, on to the next one. Okay, so we got ourselves a match against Boba Green. Pretty decent hand. Not like insane, but we have the Fugitive Wookiee. We have a Fallen Lightsaber. Boba Green doesn't usually run all the same things that Boba Yellow does, so we don't have to be as afraid of something like a Waylay, although they normally do play it. Just something to keep in mind, though. Cartel Spacer, let's go Fugitive Wookiee. And do we want to ready it? I think we do. I think we just want to get in the damage while we can. There's a very good chance that they'll play something that, well, we'll be able to trade with it anyways, so not too worried about that. Double fifth brother drawn. That's a nice one. Gonna go ahead and resource probably this keep fighting, just so that we have both fifth brothers available to us, because this is a very good chance that it will die. Okay, they're gonna resupply, so let's go ahead and attack in with the Fugitive Wookiee. Let's go ahead and play a fifth brother. Let's go ahead and ready up the fifth brother. And let's go ahead and attack in. I will not deal 1 damage to fifth brother, because if I were to, I'd have to hit the Fugitive Wookiee, which is overall pretty bad for us. At this point, we could resource this secondary fifth brother. I'm a little bit worried about Waylay at this point in the game. They also have ECL, so that could be a little bit concerning. Let's just go ahead and attack in with the Fugitive Wookiee to start us off. They're going to get down a Boba Fett. Let's go ahead and attack into their base and hit Boba Fett for 1 here. Overwhelming Barrage. Okay. That's pretty bad for us. They can go ahead and kill off both these guys. Let's pass. If they want to attack with Boba Fett, that's fine. We're going to play a Django, and then we're going to be able to get in for 3 here, which is decent. No good to me dead. Okay. Let's go ahead and claim initiative then. Jetpack probably can go into the resource pile, I think, at this point. Remember, we could keep fighting the Jango Fett, just to keep in mind. What do we want to do here? I feel like we just play a Clan Challengers and then see what they decide to do here. Because we could always just take initiative. Steadfast Battalion. Okay, I think they meant to ECL that one. I'm going to claim initiative. Not going to ready up Clan Challengers because they can just kill it with Boba. I feel like they meant to Steadfast Battalion that one. That seems like a big mistake to me. They would have been able to kill Clan Challengers, deal 1, right? And then they were going to be able to hit with Boba, hit with Cartel Spacer. Yeah. I think they definitely should have gotten in with the Steadfast Battalion. But we're going to be able to hotshot Blaster here on the Clan Challengers, hit them for 8, and that's going to be game. So GG, definitely meant to ECL at the Steadfast Battalion. Pretty big mistake from our opponent. The Steadfast Battalion would have lived. It would have been a nice situation for them. We would have been able to ready up the Jango Fett had they done that. And potentially try to get in, but then they could have killed it with Boba Fett. We would have had to win the game this turn with like a Grand Inquisitor flip into Fallen Lightsaber into something of that nature, like Greedo plus keep fighting to get in the last points of damage. It would have been a little bit more complicated, but definite misplay from our opponent because they would have had a much better board state by killing that unit and keeping their Steadfast Battalion alive, but close. Regardless, even if it was ECL'd out, we might have had a chance there at the end. Pretty sweet. On to the next one. Got ourselves a match against Palp Double Green. Gonna go ahead and mulligan that one. Not a very, very strong one. This one's much better. We have a Wanted and a Blaster into the resource pile. We get to go Greedo turn 1 into Deathwatch Loyalist or Boba Fett on turn 2, and then ready that up. Let's see what they've got. They have a Yularen. Okay, so we're gonna claim initiative, and then I'm just going to ignore the Yularen for the most part. Wanted, kind of mediocre here. I think I'm just going to resource that one. I'm just going to attack into their base for 3 here to start us off. Really, really quite interested in being able to keep our Greedo alive if possible. Let's go ahead and play a Deathwatch Loyalist. This is going to be able to kill the Royal Guard despite this turn that they're having, or despite their really strong start in Yularen into Royal Guard. Probably the best start they could have. Like, that is just what you're looking for when you're playing this deck. Not sure what our opponent's thinking about. To me, it's a very clear attack the Greedo, and you just are going to outpace me. Eventually, you're going to ramp. You're going to be way more ahead in terms of resources. They're going to claim initiative, huh? All right. Let's go ahead and attack, kill the Royal Guard, pass. Draw ourselves a secondary Greedo and a secondary Boba Fett. In this spot, I'm going to resource one of the Boba Fetts and keep the Greedo and Boba Fett because there's a good chance that they kill Greedo this turn. They could have Escort Skiff if they do. That's really bad for us. They could have Enterprising Lackeys. That's not too great for us either. They could have a lot of different things that is very bad for us, to be honest. No discard to Greedo. Play another Greedo. Very, very expected there. Super Laser Tech. Let's go Boba Fett. They can defeat the Super Laser Tech to kill my Greedo. So not a great situation for me by any means. But let's go and ready up a Boba Fett. And then get in for 3 points of damage. Next turn, we could sneak attack Clan Challengers, but I'm hoping that we could surprise our opponent here on one of these turns. So we can get down Clan Challengers. I'm going to resource this Jango Fett. Not really all that interesting here. See what our opponent's got. Obviously, they could flip Palpatine, assuming they have any sort of resupply command or whatever. So we are in a very bad spot here. Not excited about anything that could potentially happen here from our opponent. Traitorous, huh? Okay, let's just go ahead and Clan Challengers then. Boba Fett is quite, or Traitorous is quite nice in this spot for them. Let's go ahead and ready up the Clan Challengers. See if they decide to defeat the Boba Fett to deal 1 to my Clan Challengers. I wouldn't be surprised if they do. I decided to just get in for the most amount of damage as I possibly could. Let's go ahead and kill their Boba Fett and prevent them from doing anything with Overwhelming Barrage or anything like that. Dr. Evazan's pretty mediocre here. I do like Deathwatch Loyalist and Fugitive Wookiee here. See what you got, opponent. See what you got. Opponent's thinking. They're in the tank. They're going to go ahead and Patrolling V-Wing, draw a card. We do have a Hotshot Blaster in the resource pile, just so we remember. command, kill the clan challengers and resource. Seems reasonable to me. Let's go ahead and play out a fugitive Wookiee. See if they decide to deal 1 to the fugitive Wookiee. If they're going to try to set up a situation where they can steal something from me, I can always work around that. Really depends on what they decide to do here. They only have 1 resource, so they have like the action that they could use here. All right, let's go ahead and... Do I want to kill my own fugitive Wookiee? I don't feel like I do. So let's just go ahead and play a Death Watch Loyalist. They're going to take the fugitive Wookiee. Attack. Kill my Death Watch Loyalist. Defeat. Sure. Let's go ahead and ready up a Grand Inquisitor. Let's get in for 3. Yeah, I don't really think that this is very tricky for our opponent in this stage of the game. They kind of just win the game, to be honest. Like, there's not really a whole lot we can realistically do about everything that's going on. Whoops, I meant to resource the guild target, actually. Overwhelming Barrage kills, and, I mean, we could sneak attack out of clan challengers, but that's only going to get in for just a little bit of damage. Let's just claim initiative. I want to keep the sneak attack and clan challengers in hand. And they have a Yularen. Okay, what can we do here? If we sneak attack clan challengers out, we attack for 6. Yeah, there's just nothing we can do. This matchup's like really tricky for us. And like, it was pretty straightforward for our opponent. They play a unit, they get us. The Royal Guard off of Yularen, very, very consistent now that you have triple phase 3 Dark Trooper and 3 Emperor's Royal Guard, and you have the 3 scanning officers and 3 Yularens. It means you almost always have a Sentinel on turn 2 if you wish it. And that is really tough for us to deal with, but on to the next one. Can we get the combo in? Let's see it. Into our next game, we got ourselves double red Bo-Katan. This is definitely going to be a mulligan. Double guild target's not really what we want to start off with. And ooh, that is the type of hand that I've been waiting for. Gonna go ahead and resource this TIE Silencer and the guild target. And we get ourselves a Death Star Stormtrooper plus a Greedo on turn 1 if we wish it. Let's go Greedo. Here's the thing. Bo-Katan's actually really good against us. Oh man, they have a Rebel R2? That is even worse. I was gonna say, Bo-Katan's usually pretty good against us because of the fact that they can go ahead and just deal 1 to something after attacking with a Mandalorian, which is really, really kind of rough for us. But that was also pretty rough for us in that we get hit by a 1/4, which is really not awesome. Regardless, we get to attack in for 3, and the best case scenario, we discard some sort of non-unit card, and we at least get to trade with the R2, which wouldn't be too bad. And we probably follow up with Boba Fett. So there's also a chance that we follow up with a fugitive Wookiee plus Death Star Stormtrooper. Again, we want to be very careful about playing these 1 toughness units here against Bo-Katan, because if they are able to put a Mandalorian unit down and the next turn they just get to attack with it, then they immediately get to deal 1 and kill a unit for free, essentially, which is pretty brutal. Fighters for Freedom, huh? Okay, let's go Boba Fett. Let's just play out a Boba Fett. So they're playing like Bo-Katan Rebels. There's not even a threat to our Death Star Stormtroopers yet. Kind of strange, huh? It cannot activate Bo-Katan. I mean, they could to stall, but there's not really a reason to do that. They're going to pass. Okay, we're going to claim initiative. There's not really anything for us to do here. I'm going to attack Greedo. Let's discard a card. We hit a Fugitive Wookiee. Never hit a unit, non-unit. Never hit a non-unit. I don't know if I ever have on a Greedo. It's such a lie. It's such a lie. Kersantin can go to the resource pile. We have a lot of plays this turn, so probably what we're going to be ending up doing here. Not great. Opponent's trying to figure out what to resource here. Let's go ahead and get in for 3 here. We can always re-ready up the Boba Fett. Come on, opponent. Let's see what you got. See what you got. They're going to play a House Cast Soldier. Seems reasonable to me. Let's just go ahead and play a Greedo. House Cast Soldier is really not that scary. Of course, all these 3-1s that we end up drawing in this game are getting kind of sad because of R2. R2 has made these Greedos and these Death Star Stormtroopers a lot more sad than they normally would have been. Same with the Bo-Katan attack as well. Like, that's just brutal. They're going to attack Greedo. Non-unit. Ooh, we hit a non-unit. Awesome. Let's go. Fugitive Wookiee. Remember, we can ready up Boba Fett to kill the Fighters for Freedom should they go ahead and attack our base or the Fugitive Wookiee. If they do try to trade with the Fugitive Wookiee, that is okay. Let's go Death Star Stormtrooper. They haven't really played any Mandalorians with the exception of House Cast Soldier. Fighters for Freedom. What are you going to do, opponent? What are you going to do? You got one option. That's attack with Fighters for Freedom or not. I think in their situation, they should probably just kill off. Okay, so they decided not to, huh? Let's just claim initiative then. Because we would like to go ahead and kill off this House Cast Soldier. Ooh, double sneak attack drawn here. That can actually get in for 12 points of damage should we want to. But I don't know if we do. I think we just play out a Clan Challengers. We have nothing in the smuggle pile, right? Nope. I think we start off here by killing the House Cast Soldier with the Fugitive Wookiee. Because this doesn't... this allows them, if they wanted to attack the base for 2 and then deal 1 to the Death Star Stormtrooper. I'd rather just go ahead and get rid of that while I can. They could play like Saw Gerrera. They could play... Well, Wild Rancor could come down next turn, which would be pretty bad for us. Interesting. It's like a Rebel deck, but I'm going to put a House Cast Soldier in it. Ketsu Onyo. All right, let's attack for 3 then. Let's attack for another 3 then. Let's play Clan Challengers. I'm not sure why they're waiting so long on this Fighters for Freedom attack. I feel like maybe they're just trying to get maximum value by just sitting back and dealing extra damage with it, which is a reasonable thing to do. However, in this spot, usually you're going to be the defensive player. They're going to attack in with the Fighters for Freedom. Let's go ahead and ready up a Clan Challengers, why don't we? Remember, they cannot deal damage with Bo-Katan, which is extremely relevant. Because then they would be able to deal 1 to our Clan Challengers or Fugitive Wookiee. Let's go ahead and kill off their Fighters for Freedom. And then we're going to set up for the next turn. Keep fighting. Sneak attack. So we can sneak attack the 5th brother, or we can keep fighting, I think I like just keeping the keep fighting, because we can go Fifth Brother, ready it, attack, keep fighting the Grand Inquisitor, and potentially get in for a lot of damage here. As long as we have like Boba Fett still alive, keep fighting on Grand Inquisitor is a lot of damage, so I like that a lot. So now they're incentivized to use one of their units to kill off my clan challengers. Might have been more worth it to just hit their base for 6, to be honest. Okay, so they're going to go ahead and attack like that. Let's go ahead and just hit their base for 6. They can deal 1 to kill the fugitive Wookiee and exhaust something else. Probably not going to want to kill the clan challengers. Probably exhaust the Boba Fett is what I would guess. Awesome. Let's go ahead and hit for 3. We're going to deploy a Bo-Katan. We're going to put out a Fifth Brother. They can really do a number to our board here. Because Bo-Katan can kill something and then kill another thing and then kill another thing. Like, she can kill Fifth Brother, Clan Challengers, Death Star Stormtrooper all in one go, which is like, ugh. Right? Okay, they're not going to go that direction. They're going to hit our base. They're going to kill the Clan Challengers, seems straightforward, and the Death Star Stormtrooper. Okay, so those are the 2 cards that didn't really matter to us. Let's go ahead and deal damage to ready up a Fifth Brother. And they have 6 resources, so they still have the ability to do something. If we are able to attack with the Grand Inquisitor and then keep fighting the Grand Inquisitor, we will win, assuming they cannot interact with it. And they are losing ability to interact with it at this point. And I don't want to deal damage to Fifth Brother when I attack here, if I get the option to. Heroic Sacrifice, huh? Oh, that's cool. Are they going to attack Boba Fett then? Or are they going to get into the base? Okay, they're going to attack my base. So that's not quite enough damage. If they have double Heroic Sacrifice, I suppose that they got me. Opponent's really thinking about these plays, huh? Let's see if you got it, you got it. If you don't, then we're gonna keep fighting the Grand Inquisitor and be able to win. I suppose we didn't even need to, because technically just the Grand Inquisitor attack plus the trigger is gonna get us there. If they have a way to kill the Grand Inquisitor, then we can keep fighting the Fifth Brother and then get in for the final point of damage. But they have a Poe Dameron, so this is going to be able to get us the win. And there we go. Pretty straightforward. Wow, that was 11-minute game time, huh? That was crazy. All right. That was a long game for, honestly, a short game. Pretty awesome. Ended up getting there with the Grand Inquisitor yellow. On to the next one. Into our next matchup, we got ourselves a matchup against Kira Green. This is a scary matchup because their shields can really make us have a bad day. Let's go ahead and mulligan into a hand that actually has a turn 1 play. I like the Fallen Lightsaber. I like the Death Star Stormtrooper. I like the Death Watch Loyalist, and I like Dr. Evazan. I think what I do is I resource this Death Star Stormtrooper, and I resource this Chrysanthemum, and then just start off with a Dr. Evazan. So Dr. Evazan, really quite good in this matchup. Usually, unless they're a little bit more controlling, which it kind of seems like they are. So I'm just going to go ahead and deal damage and then hit their base for 3. No Good to Me Dead. Not really all that excited about that card. Could be okay at some point. But Chrysanthemum also is really kind of mediocre here. So let's just go ahead and get rid of it. So they're going to deal 1 to their unit. We're going to get in for 3. Don't care about Dr. Pershing. This is like a complete... They basically spent 2 resources and did nothing, right? Like, think about it. They finally got their card back. So right now, what they did is completely worthless, essentially. Let's go ahead and play a Death Watch Loyalist. And I could ready it up, but then that just lets them kill it with Super Laser Technician. I think I'm going to go for the long game here. Let's go ahead and get rid of this sneak attack here. Sneak attack looking way worse as time goes on. So you can Dr. Pershing kill their own Super Laser Technician. They're going to Power of the Dark Side, huh? In that case, let's go ahead and get rid of this Death Watch Loyalist and attack in for 3. So I could have fallen Lightsaber, but I don't really want to right now. Let's go Death Watch Loyalist. Let's play a Greedo. Now they can play Akira, kill my Dr. Evazan, and then play whatever they want. So it's a little bit scary. The Kira flip is a little bit scary here, but there's not much that we could do about it. Okay, so they're gonna go ahead and take initiative, which means I'm just gonna get in for the damage with Dr. Evazan while I can. Double Fallen Lightsaber, could be okay. One of them should be enough, though. I think I'm gonna resource the other one. Do I have anything in my resource pile? Nope, not yet. They have a Death Trooper, so they get to kill... Oh, they're gonna kill the Death Watch Loyalist, huh? Interesting. Let's just go ahead and get in with Greedo here to start us off. Death Trooper Part 2, huh? Well, that's not great for us. They just readied 6 resources. Death Trooper's amazing against us, by the way. Let's go Fallen Lightsaber on the Fugitive Wookiee. And if they want to, they can ready up Akira and then trade with it. That's totally fine. We're just going to claim initiative. And they can kill the Fugitive Wookiee. Oh, they have Overwhelming Barrage. Sure. Yeah, they wrecked us here with the Death Troopers and Dr. Evazan. It is crazy. Yeah. Got it. Guys, I just want to sneak attack here. Let me sneak attack. Okay. So this will be the last matchup. I just want to get something cool going. It's one of the reasons why I mentioned, the Grand Inquisitor Yellow is a lot weaker. It's because of, well, you saw kind of how the games end up situating themselves, but it is very, very hard to kind of get these more explosive, combo-oriented, where you have to take multiple actions and ready up everything over and over again. It's hard to do. We're trying to do something sweet here. I know Grand Inquisitor Blue is a little bit better, but this is sweet, okay? It is sweet to watch. Oh no, they played a Pike Sentinel. It is doomed. They're gonna put a shield token on it, and we are going to be absolutely wrecked. We cannot beat a shielded Pike Sentinel. There is nothing that we can do. All right. Jokes aside, though, that is brutal for us. They're gonna put a shield token on their Pike Sentinel, and we just have to hope that we hit a non-unit off of our... Oh, they're not gonna give it a shield token. All right. Well, I'm a little bit more hopeful now. I was gonna say, that is absolutely brutal. Oh, they have another Pike Sentinel. All right. Well, I mean, nothing that we can do. I could have played the Death Watch Loyalist and try to ready it up, but the problem with doing that is they could just put a shield token on it, and it's like completely doomed for us. Let's get a Death Watch Loyalist down. I could ready it up and attack, but I think I just preferred to not get absolutely blown out by another shield token from something else, or like another Pike Sentinel or whatever. Could be all manner of different things. Let's go ahead and get rid of this Wanted. Power of the Dark Side. All right, let's play a Silencer then. Let's claim initiative. Odd deck from our opponent. I like it. Little spicy brew over here. Let's get rid of this keep fight. Well, actually, you know what? If we draw clan challengers, we could potentially one-shot them. Well, they have Jeddah City. Never mind. Jeddah City ruins that whole plan. Can't ever one shot with Jeddah City on the battlefield. So let's just go ahead and attack for 3. I was thinking, I was like, okay, if we draw clan challenges, we keep fighting, sneak attack, we can literally do 30 damage. And then I saw Jeddah City. It's like, oh yeah, can't do that. Never mind. Let's go ahead and play a Death Watch Loyalist here. And we could potentially ready it, but I don't think that's really worthwhile. Let's just go ahead and claim initiative. I can't even ready it since they deployed the Kira. Surprised they didn't put a shield token on their high-low bond enforcer. I guess they wanted it to be a 3-2 instead of a 1-4. All right, they're just going to trade. I mean, that's not too bad for us. Oh, looks like they decided not to. They said, whoops. I think they just didn't realize that it would have traded. Jeddah City, then kill it. Cool. Cool. Opponent's thinking they got 4 resources. They can do a lot of things with 4 resources. They have a triple dark raid, huh? Oh, and they have an Academy Defense Walker. What a sweet couple of cards they just played. Oh, there's the clan challengers too. And they used the Jeddah City. It's not like it would have mattered, but what could have been? You know, what could have been? Man, there's no way. There's no way. Oh. If I flip Grand Inquisitor, we just die. There's nothing we can do. Oh. I'm deploying Grand Inquisitor. I got no other options. We can't even ready up the silencer with this because Kira did a damage to it. And they're gonna put that. Sure. They have 2 experienced toe hits on their Kira and high-low bond enforcer. This Pike Sentinel's completely wrecked us. All right. Our opponent's thinking about this. There's no way we lose or win. They're thinking about it. They're like, okay. In that situation, that you've won. Okay, you've won. You got your Academy Defense Walker. You absolutely destroyed us. And there you go. There you go. Let's talk about Grand Inquisitor Yellow to wrap it up. And oh man, I tried, guys. I tried. So what did we learn with Grand Inquisitor Yellow? Well, it is hard. It is hard to pull off this version of Grand Inquisitor with like the bounty theme and trying to get a clan challenges to do massive amounts of damage and playing like keep fightings or sneak attacks. Like there's just too many things going on. And that's not even including the fact that like just playing Grand Inquisitor Yellow, you have a lot of low toughness units. Like the only thing that really survives, let's say a Cad Bane ping or a Bo-Katan ping or just any one powered unit are like Boba Fett and Jango Fett and Chrysantin and clan challengers. Those are the cards that might survive. Fifth Brother can in some cases, but like Death Star Stormtrooper, Greedo, Fugitive Wookiee, Dr. Evazan, all these guys, Death Watch Loyalists, die to just a simple ping. And that's one of the strengths of Grand Inquisitor Blue is like, if you're playing Scout Bike Pursuers, they're 3/2s. If you're playing high-low bond enforcers, they're 3/2s. Like that's a lot stronger than playing the Greedo Death Star Stormtrooper. Like I'd much rather have a 3/2 than a 3/1. 3/1s are so much weaker than 3/2s. And that's a huge problem with Grand Inquisitor Yellows, that you end up with a lot of 3/1s in your deck. Trying to play this more aggressive Grand Inquisitor strategy, this combo potential. I think this is something that is kind of not necessarily an issue, but one of the things that you have to realize about Star Wars Unlimited right now, because of the action economy inside the game, doing these like fun combo turns is really just impossible for the vast majority of games, because your units will die or your opponent sees it coming and they can just interrupt it. It's not like Magic, for example, where you just get to do whatever you need to do and then your opponent gets to go. Because of the fact that you swap actions every round, it makes it almost impossible to do like really crazy fun things like this in a competitive setting in a lot of situations. The exception of that is like, yeah, there are some combos, as I talked about in that video, like the Tekken DJ, the ANA plus Fet's Fire Spray. Those are competitive combos. Those are combos that actually are ways that you can win the game. But this is more of like a fun meme combo. And we tried, but it's just not really going to get there, unfortunately, for us today. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed. We did take a few games off some people. But we did get absolutely, like, it wasn't even like, it didn't feel close in some of those games. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all for the next one.